Vitam Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Vande Nityananda Saharitam Shri Nadananda Vande Shivarika Charanatrayam Govijana Samayukta Pranavana Manoharam Shri Gauranga Nityananda Shri Chandra Gadadhar Shivasri Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. This is Adhik Maas 2026, continuing class on Krishna Karnamrita, verse 79. So yam vilasa murali nidanat pritena sinchan udashtitam idam mama karna yugmam ayati me nayana bandar ananya bandar ananda kandalita keli kataksha lakshmi. So, translation. Here comes Krishna, the beauty of its playful, beauty of its playful sidelong glances overflows with bliss. Krishna sprinkles my two standing ears who are standing up with the nectar of its sportive flute song. He is the only friend for my eyes. It says, Nayana Bandar. Nayana means eye, eyes, and Bandar means friend. He says, Ananya Bandar, I have no other friend. Okay, let's see what the other translation is here. Here comes the friend of my eyes. Oh, I have no other friend like Krishna. Krishna's sportive glance makes me blissful. Ananda Kandalita Keli Kataksha Lakshmi. Lakshmi in this case means beautiful. His beautiful, love-filled, pastime-filled glances shower me with bliss. Ananda Kandalita Keli Kataksha Lakshmi. Of course, it's very beautiful Sanskrit poetry, but we hard to appreciate because we don't know Sanskrit. Kandalita Keli Kataksha. So ka ke ka. It's nice. So his glance is full of lila, full of love. It makes me very blissful. And Krishna is pouring Amrita into my nectar, into my thirsty ears. Vilasa Murli Amriyena means nectar. Nad means, we say Murli Nad. The word Nad means sound, music, song. Murli. What is the Murli? Speciality of the Murli. It's long. How long? What she said?
1 meter.
Yes, right. The Krishna plays three flutes, Venu, Vamshi, and Murli. They're each distinctive by definition and by function. So by definition, the Venu is only 6 inches long. It's more like what we call piccolo. It's blown from the end. And it goes, you hold it like this, and go blow it like a whistle. And it has very high-pitched sound. You don't go like this kind of thing. Vamshi and Murli, you play from a hole on the side. There's 9 holes on a Vamshi and maybe 9 holes on a Murli. But Vamshi is only half a meter long. Even less than half a meter. And Murli is long, and so because being long, it's also wide, bigger diameter, has a very deep, imperceptible sound. No one can hear this Murli except who? Gopis. Murli Dar is named for Krishna. Dar means holding. Haladar, Muralidhar, what else Dar?
Giridhar.
Giridhar. Giri means mountain, Dar means holder. Hal means plow, Haladar means holder of the plow. So Vamshidhari, Krishna Murari, Muralidhar, it means he holds the Murali. So this is the form of Krishna that devotees in Madhurya Rati, amorous loving mood, want to see. Muralidhar, not Vamshidhar, and definitely not Venudhar. Being Gopal, no thanks. There's some Radharaman Brahmin named Gopal Goswami who plays like this kind of piccolo in the nighttime to serenade Radharaman. You ever saw? Wears glasses. He's this thin body, about 55, 60. Very sweet sound. It's called a piccolo, I think. It goes straight. At 9:30 at night, when Radharaman takes rest, last arti, and they close the doors real slow, and then real slow and real slow. And they have a curtain, and they always see is a nose or a tooth or and it's really quite climactic. Very captivating, really captivating. Everyone's moving like this and that, trying to get the last crack of darshan. And when he gives the darshan up, you feel like you're dying, you know. But when he's giving darshan, you're filled with life and love and hope and happiness. And as they close the door halfway, and they hold it for a minute. It's really cool. Suspenseful. Suspenseful love. Everyone's hanging on a thread, hanging on an atom of vision, an atomic vision of the object of our love, the object of our life. Oh, I see a tooth. I see his eyes, I see his nose. You go to sleep like that. I stayed once across the street in Vaishnav Dham. It's owned by Padma Lochan, who's a brother of Padmanabha. He has a guest house right little down the street from Radharaman. And be right on the border of Nidhiban. So you can walk to the temple in 1 minute. I stayed there for 10 days one time. You go every day, Mangalarti and last Arti, and run around here or there during the day. So he's here comes the what's that verse? What is it? What verse 79?
Yes, Guru.
My very life, his beauty of his playful sidelong glances overflows with bliss. He sprinkles sinchan. Sinchan means sprinkle. Oh, it sounds like sprinkle. Sinchan. He sprinkles my perked up ears with the nectar of his sportive flute playing, flute song. He is the only friend for my eyes. Interesting way to speak, huh? You know, Lila Shuk is a poet, so poets speak in different ways. Songwriters, singers are also poets. They write their songs like poems. Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, all these kind of people that are famous singers, they write love songs and experiential songs and political songs, but sometimes they write loving poetry, love songs. So this Bilmangala Thakur, these are all his love songs. So he's saying, Nayana Bandhur, Krishna is a friend to my eyes. Nayana Bandhur, Nayana means eye. With so many unfriendly things we offer our eyes to. We offer our eyes to all kinds of crazy things. Just like there's an accident on the highway, everybody slows down. You want to see the guy's head cut off and stuff, you know. see all the guts and gore and blood and so on. And that's where we put our eyes on. But he doesn't want to put anything in his eyes. He says, Nayana Ananya. Nayana Ananya. This is Sanskrit poetry. Ayana, and then you go change same letters. Ayana becomes Ananya. My eyes, Ayan. I have one friend for my eyes, Krishna. And Ayan, Ananya, there's no other friend for my eyes. So I don't look at anyone but Krishna, and Krishna doesn't look at anyone but me. What's the verse that supports that? Ambarish Leela with Dravasa Muni. What is the translation?
I stay in the hearts of the sadhus, and sadhus stay in my heart. I know no one else than sadhus, and sadhus know no one else than me.
Vishnu tells Dravasa Muni, after chasing him all around the universe with his Sudarshan Chakra, because Dravasa Muni offended the great Vaishnava king, Ambarish Maharaj, in Mathura. And then when Dravasa finally got to Vishnaloka, probably Vishnaloka in the material world, it's called Shirodakshaya Loka. And then Vishnu told Dravasa, you don't understand. Ambarish is a sadhu. So he's in my heart and I'm in his heart. I don't know about rishis and yogis and tantrics. I only know about devotees. My phone list, I have a list of numbers on my phone, and only devotee numbers. I don't have lists of rishis and demons, and I don't have any of those numbers on my phone. I only have devotee numbers. So I don't have your number, Goswami. I'm only in the heart of my devotees. My devotees are in my heart. I don't know anything else but them. So that's what Bilavananda Thakur is saying. Nayana Bandhur, Ananya Bandhur. The friend of my eyes is Krishna and no one else. No mother, no father, no brother, no wife, no son, no deer, no monkey, no anything. Bandhur, don't get confused with Bandhur. Bandhur means friend and Bandhur means monkey. But don't make monkeys your friends. You'll be sorry. How do you deal with monkeys?
Showing the stone or showing the stick.
You don't deal with them. If you look at them, they attack you. If you look at them, they think you're challenging. When you look at them, they make a face because that's what you look like to them. You think they're making a face, but they're just copying your face. Because they have a phrase in America, monkey see, monkey do. So you're looking at monkey like, look at monkey, so monkey looks like you. You go monkey funny face. It's for your face, he's showing you your face. So pay attention, just don't look at them. And also carry a stick and a rock. I'd go in this way. Don't look, but carry a stick and a rock in case they get weird. If you engage with them, you're in trouble. Ignore them. But a bunch of them go the other way. Don't give up your ego, you know. Oh, I'm big on it. Then they're going to mess you up. Sometimes I go to Mahasabhava and Ghat in the afternoon and take darshan, Das Goswami, KRISHNA. A lot of times a bunch of monkeys are hanging around there. The Pila tree by Mahasabhava and Ghat, and Raghunath Das's Bhajan Kutir and Vishnachar. So I turn the corner coming from Tika Goswami Samadhi, you go down there, I see all these guys hanging out like some street gang. In some street in Harlem or something. Some ghetto in New York City. Okay, boys, see you. I try to pick up a rock. I said, it's your day, man. I turn around, done about Goswami. I go the other way. I'm not dealing with you guys. I take a humble road. It's 20 monkeys, 2 or 3 kings, 10, 20 wives, 100 kids. The odds are not good. So I say, okay. And some days they're not there. I sit and chant japa and pray, have a good time. It's all fate. So let's see what the commentary is on this verse 79. Ananta Babaji Maharaj. The first question I have to ask everyone is, how does a sadhaka attract the Krishna to approach him?
Like
By
that.
doing sadhana, by chanting his name.
By holding your hand in front of your mouth. By holding your hand in front of your mouth, right? So don't do it. You're so unconscious, so you know what you're doing. I couldn't hear what you said. You said,
Oh, sorry.
what did you say?
He said by chanting his names and by doing sadhana.
What example is Bhuvanga Thakur showing?
Eagerly praying for his
Praying.
darshan.
Yeah, exactly. He was lamenting and praying for darshan in verse 43. So you see a correlation here between sankalpa, prarthana, and darshan. Sankalpa means statement of intention, affirmation. What do you want from your bhajan? What do you want from performing Ekadasi? There's called Ekadasi Sankalp, Bhajan Sankalp. You state, I'm doing this Adhik Mas Vrat. What do I want to get from it? So you have to tell Krishna. Because it's a Kalpavriksha tree. He'll give you whatever you want. So what do you want? Money, fame, name, gain, prem, darshan. It's called Sankalpa. But the Sankalpa sometimes takes the shape of a prayer. That's called prarthana. Prarthana means prayer. So Leela Shuk, Bhuvanga Thakur, in the beginning of this book in verse 43, he has Sankalpa. I want darshan of Krishna. I want to see him with these eyes. How I see him. So then he prayed in verse 43, please show yourself to me. Please approach me. So it's a long time later, 40 verses later, that Krishna fulfilled his sankalpa and answered his prayer by approaching him in these 4 verses, 78, 77, 8, 9, and 80. So he taught that by lamenting and by praying and hankering to get darshan, Krishna, because of his thirst, which took the shape of sankalpa and prayer and lamentation and crying, and Krishna reciprocated and became a friend of his eyes, gave him darshan. It's an interesting way to say I got darshan. Krishna became my Nayana Bandhu, my Ananya Bandhu, my only friend. Because when you get right down to it, who is your friend? Yeah. They say today's friend is tomorrow's enemy. There's a phrase like that in our language, maybe also in your language. Today's friend is tomorrow's enemy. The most dangerous enemy is closest at hand. Who is it?
Mind.
Mind. Mana. Mind is the most dangerous enemy. Mind can be a great friend or a great enemy. So he's saying that he has no friend but Krishna. So any true devotee will understand that this is the reality for every Vaishnava. The only friend is Dina Bandhu, Nayana Bandhu, Ananya Bandhu, Akhila Bandhu. Lokabandhu, my dear friend, my good friend, my only friend. I have no one but Krishna. Krishna is there when you're born, Krishna is there when you die, and Krishna is there every day. Whenever you're having trouble, who are you going to call us for?
Supposed to call out.
Whenever you have trouble, who are you going to call out for help? Bhagavan, Krishna. Not going to call mommy. He'll call mommy, but mommy's Bhagavan for him. That's also okay. But eventually he learns there's Big Mama, Big Mommy. So there's a poet, it's not the author or commentator, he also has the same name. His poet's name is Ananta Das, and he's a Bengali poet, Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava. And he explains that Radharani made a confession to one of her Sakhis. One day she met with Vishaka Sakhi. Radharani confessed that she had darshan of Krishna. She said, listen, Vishaka, I just saw Krishna. What happened? I made a big mistake. I looked at him. And then I started thinking about him day and night. I forgot everything else. I started yearning for him. I felt I would die if I didn't meet him. He was standing under a tree and tormenting me with crooked glances. But I didn't feel like running home. Let my shame and name and shyness be broken by rocks. I wanted to sacrifice anything for that handsome man. My eyes became full of passion when I saw his style. The style. I don't know what the Bengali is. I could not think of anything else but Sham. No matter what I do to try to control myself, my heart automatically rushes towards Sham. Why does that happen? Whether I'm eating or sleeping, all I can think of is his flute. I don't know what happened to my heart. I can't give him up, but I had better bury my family honor. I'm dead, in other words. Why did I have to see him when I went to fill up water in Yamuna? I returned home with a fever. So Ananta whispers in Radharani's ear, you don't have a fever, you're not sick. Krishna's stolen your heart. Lovesick. Ananta writes another poem, another day of confession. His face was blossoming like a lotus, and his eyes were dancing like kunjan birds. He softly smiled at me, had so much sweetness, I couldn't stop drinking it with my eyes. I can't describe his beauty. He has a glossy complexion and dense clouds. It's dark like clouds of blue lotuses, blue sapphire. Everything about Sham, his bangles, armlets, necklace, earrings, anklets, waist belt, everything is wonderful. His ornaments sparkle like moonbeams. Radharani's really lost. She's been hypnotized, love struck. Listen, Sakhi. His curly hair has flowers and a peacock feather, like a rainbow on top. His hair is like a net, and any young girl will get caught in that net. That's great. Ananta Das Ki Jai. This is Gopal Goswami's commentary. What does this mean, Nayana Bandhu, friend of the eyes? It means that Krishna soothes the eyes. He comforts the eyes. He's holding my eyes spellbound. Krishna has engaged my eyes completely. I am here. Oh, I am here. Oh. He's coming here to please me. Oh, how fortunate I am. What else he said? What does it say? Ananda Kandalita Keli Kataksha Lakshmi. Krishna's eyes, restless eyes, Kataksha, Keli, Kandalita means restless, are sparkling with joy. That's like drunk, I guess. And amorously glancing all around. He's not only a pleasure to the eyes, but also to the ears with his Vilas Murali Ninad Amrini. He's a friend of my eyes, and he's nourishing my thirsty ears with the amritam of his sensuous flute. Krishna uses his flute to get in trouble. Krishna's flute is a magic wand of love. You know, you have like a magic wand, like a tantric, a magician, he touches it, now become a frog. Boom. Become a frog. So his flute is like a magic wand. He plays a flute. He collects all these girls. He runs off to the forest with them. And they never come back. Kidnapped by love. Terrible. Thief. Babacharya wrote a whole astakam called Shranga Astakam. 8 prayers to the thief. It's called Charanga Astakam. Char means thief. Sanskrit prayers, beautiful prayers. You know this song? It's Charanga Astakam by Vallabhacharya from Vallabha Sampradaya. 8 prayers to the thief. It's in Maharaj's Gaudiya Geet or whatever, songbook of Gaudiya Math Maharaj. Charanga Astakam. Many ISKCON singers sing it. It's really famous. All glories to the thief. So that's the kind of thief we're looking for. Every other thief, we lock our doors. But Krishna, we open our doors. What do I mean by that? We lock the doors to our heart to everyone but Krishna. We don't give our heart to anyone. That's our treasure. That's our hidden treasure, our heart. So we only open the doors to our heart, otherwise all kinds of locks and padlocks. No one can get in, no one can see it, no one can feel it, no one can experience it. It's locked down, locked down, locked down. Go in. It's a lockdown. And only Krishna opened the doors. Okay, Krishna, come on in. Ayata. Verse number 80. Sarad Vilokayati Varna Kili Gami Dara Kataksha Baritena Vilokatena Aradu Paiti Ridayangam Vinanad Vedamukheya Darshan Angu Shubarena Deva. Krishna is approaching me, walking like an elephant, very lazily and proudly. And he's gazing at me all the while. He's playing very sweet waves of music with his flute. He's coming near me. He's laughing. Yeah, he's getting so close I can see his sparkling white teeth. That's pretty cool. Another translation. Oh, God. He's seeing me from a distance with sidelong glances. Krishna walks towards me with the sportive grace of an elephant. It moves my heart with a current of flute sound emanating from his mouth, which is filled with brightly glowing teeth. It's a little awkward for us to relate to, but in Sanskrit poetry, they describe the movements of a woman or a man, a queen or a king, by comparing them to elephants, male or female elephants. So generally we don't think of an elephant as being very attractive, beautiful, or graceful. But in the minds of kavis and poets, somehow in this Sanskrit history of Vedic literature, the elephant walks with a certain male, female elephant, they walk with a certain slowness, a certain commandness which appears to be elegant. Their trunk swings like this, and they're just walking. Somehow they think that's beautiful. Gummy means elephant coming. Varna Kali, like a sporting elephant. Varna Kali coming, gummy. Durad means distance. I'm seeing from a distance. Krishna is seeing me from a distance. So who sees who first? Do you see Krishna first, or Krishna sees you first?
Krishna sees us.
What is it?
Krishna sees.
Krishna sees us first because we're sleeping or we're chatting. So that's why he plays the flute. To wake us up. Krishna, yeah, you still you're sleeping. You're always sleeping in bhajan. That's why I play the flute when I come to greet the devotee. You don't hear Vishnu make any noise when he came to Dhruva. When he came to Naramuni, because they're all yogis. They're meditating. They're right and alert. But the devotees gotta make some noise. That's right. I mean, let me say, Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, or Shravana, Kirtana, Snorana. Amazing. Now they are. Snorana. So let's look at the commentary. Okay, here we go. Krishna's Kaviraj's commentary on verse number 80. Early in verse 45 Lila Shuk prayed that Krishna would look at him with his rasa-filled, beautiful blue eyes. Now he's getting fulfillment of that prayer. Verse 80. So Krishna answers his prayers, so he recites this verse in ecstasy, while seeing Krishna looking at him from a distance. Now, Krishna's Kaviraj and Gopal Goswami, they took an interesting twist on this verse. Because this verse 80, line 2 says, Dara Kataksha Varitena Vilokanena. Dara means, like we say, Prem Dara. Dara means flood, means river, means flood. Dara, Prem Dara, a river of prema, a flood of prema. But Dara means Radha. So, Krishna's Kaviraj and Gopal both commented that this Dara says, let's say, Dara Kataksha, Varitena. That Krishna is looking at Radharani. He said here. He says, this is Krishna's Kaviraj. He says, mercy is flowing from Krishna's eyes because he's gazing at me with his eyes. But his eyes are Radha Kataksha Bharitena. Radharani is cherishing his glance. So instead of Dara Kataksha Bharitena, Bharitena means heavy, laden. Vara means full, heavy, thick. Radharani is, Krishna is glancing at Radharani. Radharani is glancing at Krishna. Radharani is cherishing Krishna's gaze. Dara Kataksha. Kataksha means, ak means eyes. Avangantarandasya. Chakshur. Cha, with eyes. He's opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. So aksha means eyes. Kata means quarter. So kataksha means quarter sidelong glances. So it's not Dara, it's Radha Kataksha. Very cool. Just like there's a word we say, Radha is water, Sar, S-A-R-A means water. But you take those two syllables, Sara, and make it Sa, that water becomes Ras. That water becomes Prem Ras. Shamakun becomes Sham Ras, Radhakun becomes Radha Ras. This point is described by Vishwanath Chakravarti in a book, Rajriti Chintamani. He said, I think that Radharani melted and became Radha Ras, Radhakun, when she saw Krishna. I think Krishna melted, became Sham Ras when he saw Radharani. The Sara, water, is from Rasa. Rasa produces Sara. So Dara produces Radha. Dara becomes Radha. Very clever Sanskrit. It can be tricky like that. Give me another example. Ananga. Ananga means no body, but Ananga also means a combination of two bodies. Because it means Anga, Ananga means without a body. Anga means body, no body. That's the name for Cupid after he got burned up by Shiva. He became Ananga. But Ananga is loving combination of a man and woman. It's called Ananga. So it means two bodies or no body. It's a tricky word, Ananga. That's like we say Sadhu Sangha. What does that mean?
Association, being with sadhus. impersonal.
Sa means with. Sa means with. Anga means body. So real sadhu sangha means you mix your linga sharira and sukshma sharira with the guru. Linga sharira means physical body, and sukshma sharira means metaphysical body, psychic body. So sadhu sangha means mixing your body. Everyone mix their bodies in there, but you have to mix your mind and heart and intelligence and ego with the subtle body of the Guru conveyed in his teaching. Sadhu sa anga. Sadhu sa anga means sadhu sangha. Firstly, we cover our body, anga, anga. Sleep for 45 minutes. Okay, good. That's a good start. Mind is somewhere else flying. But to be right there, on the mark, in the moment, that's the best.
Vihara, one Vihara is
Okay, Vihar. What does Vihar mean?
Vishakha also.
Vihara means without heart. Vihara. Without necklaces one and Roman this one.
Yeah, Vihar. Har means necklace. V means you don't have any ornaments, no necklaces. Vihar also means Raman Vihari, Van Bihar, wandering, playing in the forest, Van Bihar. Van Bihar Leela, wandering in the forest, playing in the forest. Bihari, people from Bihar are what? People from Bihar are what?
Biharis.
Nomads.
Nomads. Yeah. Wandering here and there. They aren't too appreciated, actually. In general. Some are great saints also, but that's the minority. Okay. Oh, God. Varna Kali Kami. Krishna walks slow like an elephant, and his movements are full of passion. He has sparkling white teeth and his natural soft laughter. So how can a sadhaka create a desire in Krishna to give him darshan? So Krishna's Maharaj explains. Anxiety and eagerness. What's the Sanskrit for that? Anxiety is udveg. Udveg. Eagerness is udkanta. Udvega and udkanta. Udvega and udkanta. Anxiety and eagerness, which should arise, will create a desire in Krishna. Because Krishna wants to bring his devotee close. Bhakti is such a blissful power that both Krishna and the devotee are deeply attached to each other. That's really nice. Bhakti is such a power, blissful power, that makes Krishna and the devotee very attached to deeply attached to each other. Because generally we say attachment is the cause of bondage. Whole Bhagavad Gita says get free from attachment. Get free from desire and attachment. But attachment to Krishna is desirable. What is that called?
Asakti.
Asakti. Asakti means attachment. It comes before Baba. You become very attached to someone, then you fall in love with them, then you go crazy in love with them, and that's Baba and then Prema. So it has to become attached to Krishna and detached from everything non-Krishna. Krishna is a treasure house of kindness and love for his devotees. So that's the treasure house of Krishna. Now Gopal Bhatta Goswami's commentary. Bilvanga Thakur is describing Krishna coming from a distance. He's looking at him with a special gaze. What type of gaze is it? Radha Kataksha Bharitena. It's a gaze, a glance that's cherished by Radharani. This means, because he said Dara, he actually means Radha. So he's not seeing only Krishna coming towards him. Who is he seeing? Radha Krishna coming towards him. Is Radha name Krishna or Radha Krishna?
Radha Krishna.
So what kind of praying do we want to attain?
Radha Krishna.
Madhuri.
You guys pray.
Radha Krishna Madhurya praying. What is the best verse to describe the Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojana of Gaudiya Sampradaya? It's a verse by Srinath Acharya.
Maharaj Bhagavan Krishna.
It's quoted a lot of times in Prabhupada's books. It's in a sloka book also. Aradhya Bhagavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This prayer establishes that we worship Krishna in Vrindavan. That is worshipped by the gopis of Vrindavan and Madhurya praying. And where do we get this idea? This idea comes from the Amala Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam. And who taught this? Who taught this as a goal like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then we don't care about any other idea or opinion. This is the perfect verse to ascribe the Ishtadevata, the Prayojana, the goal of Krishna Bhakti is Radha Krishna praying in Vrindavan, and the way to get that is follow Bhagavatam and worship Krishna and Radharani like the gopis of Vrindavan. So you want to know one verse, if you're going to memorize one verse, memorize this verse. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanya Sridham Vrindavan. We're not going to Vaikuntha, we're not getting Krishna praying, we're not going back to God. We're going to Goloka Vrindavan to worship Radha Krishna like the gopis. This is the goal. Coward boys, you figure it out. There's also room for that, but that's not the basic Gaudiya teaching. It's available. You can get that, of course. But it's not what the Goswamis came to directly give. Now, there's always exceptions. Because Krishna is not limited. You can have any kind of love with Krishna. Vaikuntha pray. You have to follow Vrishvasi to get to Vrindavan. Vrishvasi and Vatsalya Bhav, and Sakya Bhav, or Madhurya Bhav, or Dasya Bhav. Some Vrishvasi you have to follow, then you get to Goloka Vrindavan. You get prema. So, you sing. Now there's the chariot. He quotes saying Chaitanya Das. He says, this verse, the author is describing the kindness of Krishna. Krishna is looking at me with a merciful glance. He's not only looking at me, he's walking towards me, slowly, like an elephant. He's playing his flute. And his face is looking very sweet and charming. So this is, of course, again, describing that most desirable moment in the sadhaka's life when he or she finally gets the darshan of Krishna. What kind of feelings one will experience, what kind of sights one will see, what will one hear, what will one feel. So Bilamangal Thakur has become that fortunate recipient, Kripa Patra, recipient of mercy. It's called Kripa Patra. He's got the direct mercy of Krishna, which he prayed for, which he cried for, which he chanted for. He plucked out his eyes. He actually destroyed his physical eyes so he could make Krishna the Nayana Bandha and Ananya Bandha, the only friend of his eyes. So we'll continue tomorrow with verse number 81. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Shri Radhe.